Hello, hello. Hi, Smoke. Welcome. You got here before I did. What's up? Hey, I need you to have you on my channel and so you can tell your story whenever you're willing to do that. Someone the other night in Cricket's chat said that they wanted to hear your story, and I said I'm going to talk to him about that. Hi, Janet. Hi, Tiggs. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I decided to catch y'all early tonight because last night or the night before, I don't remember, I went on and I think it was last night, and I went on way too late. It was like 4:30. But my throat's scratchy. There he is. He's still there. Yeah, sometimes smoke disappears on us. That's happened before. Smoke, when you disappear, do you fall asleep or do you just leave? Do you ever fall asleep sitting in your chair? Hey, do y'all want to come on with me tonight? We could do that. If any of you three or four, it says there's four here, want to come on, let me know. Janet, you don't want to? um, I'm still a little banged up. I fell on my left side. I have a huge knot right back here. Um, I'm surprised my head didn't split open. I fell hard. I mean, I heard my head hit the pavement, and I'm surprised it didn't crack open. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better today than yesterday. I just can't believe I can't. And my little dog was with me, and thank God he was okay. Oh, I would have just been so devastated if he would have gotten hurt. Um, and I went to the dentist. Oh my gosh, I have to decide what I'm going to do about that. It's $10,000 to get my mouth fixed the right way, and my insurance only covers 4,000 of it. And then they worked it down somehow. They worked it down to if I just get the top fixed right now, I'll owe them $1,700, and I don't have $1,700. My credit sucks. I'll talk to him about that. I have to just pick the right time to do that. Um, but I need to get the cruise paid for too. So thank goodness I got hired by one of Richard's friends. He has a lot of money. Listen, this guy, he lives in Las Vegas. He's around Richard's age, like 87, but he's in not as good of shape as Richard. Well, he was in prison with Richard, but he was in there for like 20 some years for a murder he didn't commit. Well, a few years ago, I want to say about 5 years ago, maybe more, he ended up getting out because he proved that he didn't do it. So he got paid $2 million by the state of Nevada for being in false imprisonment or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, he got paid $2 million. And I mean, that's not a lot nowadays, but it's a lot to me. To me, 100,000 is a lot to me. But anyway, he lives in Las Vegas, and he's trying to open an animal shelter. And so he sent drawings from an architect or something, and he wants hi Fiona, welcome. He wants someone to make a model of this animal shelter. And in college, when I was in college, like in my 50s, I took a 3D art class where we used chipboard, which is a form of cardboard, and we had to make all kinds of things. So I learned how to make, and we had to do it. Um, what's it called? We had to use the right ratio, like when we downscaled and everything. So anyway, I offered to make it for a fee, and he said, "Sure, sure, you know." So Richard talked to him today and told him what I was going to charge, and because I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to charge, because I thought he just wanted like the outside done, but he wants like the lid to lift off and me to show the inside also, which is a lot more work. So he said, tell her to go ahead and get started on it, and he's not that worried about the price, just not to go crazy on him. And I think Richard had told him like $600 or $700 to do just the outside, and he was okay with that. So all I have to do is, I haven't seen the drawings for how much work there is on the inside, but anyway, so I'm comfortable in knowing that I don't have to worry about raising money for my cruise anymore. I have that paid for. Um, Now, as far as like having spending money and stuff, um, I'm having that jewelry show on Saturday. I'm gonna show my jewelry, and I hope I'll be able to sell some on that day. If not, I'm gonna keep having like jewelry shows weekly until people get used to it, and because I don't expect to have a lot of people show up for it, only because I don't think my advertisements get pushed out, in the community very much, because my channel's so small. But anyway, so um I will start working on saving money to get my teeth done. But see, I want to get my teeth done before I go on the cruise, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to him about it and see what I can work out with him. Tungsten jewelry. The necklace costs more than gold or silver. Hard metal. I imagine it's hard to work with. Yeah. The hardest metal I worked with is a new silver. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Oh my gosh, I have a ring made out of it. It's a new silver. It's harder than sterling, and it doesn't tarnish like sterling. Oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, it's not that new, but like 10 years ago, I think I heard about it. Maybe not that long ago. Anyway, I'll have to remember. Yeah, I don't know exactly what tungsten is, Smoke. Maybe you can explain it. Oh my goodness. Oh, hi, Lenny G again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to miss you. How rude of me. If I miss somebody, gosh, let me go back for a minute and just make sure, because like when I go into chat and there's only like a handful of people and they don't say hi to me, I feel so left out. I don't want anybody to feel that way. So welcome, welcome, every every 8 of you. I don't think there's 8 in the chat, but even if you're not in the chat, you're more than welcome. Hi, Marla. Welcome. Welcome. Smoke, are you still here? What is, oh, there it is. The heat it takes to melt it is up there. Do you have to use MAP gas? Probably. It's a very strong metal. Many tools are made of tungsten. Yeah, I've heard of it. I just don't know exactly what it is. Yeah, I don't, when I do my soldering, all I use is like a torch like this. Um, that's for silver and copper and stuff like that. But Thank you. Hit the like button. I never even remember to say that. um, but now when you solder, making a stained glass window, you use a soldering iron and you don't use a torch. So it's way different learning to solder a stained glass window and learning to solder jewelry. I can solder both ways, but I'm a lot better using a soldering iron. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. You're happy to hear me. I'm happy to be here. I really am. I really missed like coming on here the past however many nights it's been, like maybe 5 nights since I've been here. You need an arc smelter to get it as hot as, wow, as hot as the sun. That, yeah, that's a little scary to me working with those big arc welders. Some of the beads I use in my jewelry are made from, oh boy, I'm not even gonna try to say that. Yeah, which is an alloy of silver and copper. Japanese uh, metal used in the hilt. So many words in that I don't even know, and that's where I claim to be pretty good with language, but not foreign language. That's for sure. Well, any of that metal that you like have to use in knives or the handles has to be hard. Um, yeah, the metals I work with compared to those kind of metals are soft. And I've never had the pleasure of working in gold. I think gold is so expensive that it scares me. I I have I don't have so much trouble anymore. But when I first started out, like working with sterling silver really made me nervous because I didn't want to waste it. And and really, it's hard to waste silver. Even if you mess something up, it can always be melted down. Not that that's real easy, but at least, it can be. Uh, you can get it back. It's not like it just evaporates and you lose it forever. But yeah. So I'm in the middle of pulling out all of my inventory and trying to set it up on a table that we have out in the other room. It's actually like his studio is the whole living room and dining room area is his studio. And so the table he has, no one ever eats at it, but it's like right in the middle of his studio. So when I do my live, I don't know where he's going to be. Of all metals in pure form, tungsten has the highest melting point. Wow, 3,400 degrees or 60, almost 6,200 Fahrenheit. That's amazing. Ouch. Lowest vapor pressure at temperatures above 3,000. Lowest vapor pressure. I'm not sure what that means. The vapor pressure and the highest tensile strength. Hmm. You're talking foreign talk to me. It seems like I would what is vapor pressure? Vapor pressure. Is that trying to think of what that would be. When it I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to guess. I'll either have to look it up or you will have to explain. But so yeah, I'm pulling out all of my inventory and I have so much. I guess I'm having trouble trying to figure out how I'm going to display my earrings because um I have all of my earrings on these cards. I'll show you like these kind of cards like in the store. So I need to have something to hang them on, like that goes through here, and Either that or I'm just going to have to hold up earrings, each pair by each pair, and that would be a lot. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure it out. Okay, Janet, sleep tight. Sleep with angels. Thanks for stopping by. You have to have a furnace. Now, I'm wondering, hi Maya, welcome. You cannot stay. You're waiting for a phone call from a lawyer. You're going to testify in a trial, so the lawyer wanted to prepare me. Eee, yeah, that's no fun going to court, but thanks for stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate it. And Marla says, do you seal your furnace under pressure? Yeah, good luck, Maya. I hate going to court. I did a paper for one of my classes, and it was on how they make sheets of glass, like stained glass, for stained glass. And I forget what the melting point of for glass is, but I know they have big furnaces they use. But I imagine there are different kinds of furnaces. No, that's a whole nother area. Do you think Tigger from Winnie the Pooh? Hey, have y'all happened to run across my short? It says when it's called When Pigs Fly. Have any of y'all run across that? It has Piglet from Winnie the Pooh in it. And listen, I'm still trying to figure out how to make a short using a clip from someone else's video. Like that night, Cricket was laughing so hard when she was talking about Cooter, Missouri. Anyway, I have a Fiona. You saw it, yeah. I think you told me that. And didn't I tell you how I did how it happened? Anyway, you guys, I was like had my phone and I was trying to figure out how to do this short, and my camera caught. I have a I have a little piglet about about that big, a little stuffed animal sitting up on my headboard, and my phone caught a glimpse of Piglet, and the background that had I had a background on that it's one of like 10 you can choose from to change your background. Anyway, it looked like the pig was like in midair, just kind of flying, and so I rewound it and looked, and and I had a short, and it kind of looks like the pig's flying. It kind of goes in and out of the screen, and I'm like, what? And I don't know. It's pretty funny. I made a short and didn't even know I was making it, and it took me like a total of 5 minutes. And I had just spent like 2 hours trying to figure out how to make a real short. Anyway, it was pretty funny how it all happened. You live near Pooh Bridge in 100-acre wood. Well, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. We don't have, well, the neighborhood I live in has a bunch of old oak trees, which is nice, but some of them are so old that when we get a hard rain or a storm, like big branches will be in falling across the street, or in someone's driveway. And so they cut down a lot of the old, I guess they were dying oak trees in our neighborhood. I mean, we still have a lot left, so it's pretty, but I don't imagine they're going to last forever. Anyway, what else is new? Yeah, I'm just getting ready for that art show. If y'all have a chance, look for that short. It's called When Pigs Fly. Kind of funny. Kind of funny. And I have another short that I need to remake, but it's to the Benny Hill music, you know, that real fast music. Dun, 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 or something like that, but it's real fast music. And I have a clip of my dog from behind, and I put it on double speed. So his little back feet are going real fast, and it shows him lifting his leg. And I posted it, and the next day I watched it, and I'm like, what was I thinking? This is not even that funny. And so I changed the title to um, Was I Drunk? What was the title? I changed it to something. Was I drunk or just crazy to post this? I think that's what I changed it to. But is Marla leaving? You got to sign off. Okay, Marla, thanks for stopping by, and sweet dreams to you too. Um, Fiona says, yes. I don't know if you've seen the several replies answering reply to Oh, no, I haven't. I haven't looked at my comments tonight yet, so I will look at them. Maybe I shouldn't have put how I made it in the when I commented to yours. Did it mess things up, or like people like thinking, well, that's stupid, that was easy? I don't know. I'll read them after I get off tonight. My medicine gives me cotton mouth. I say that every time, but it does. Well, let's see what else has been happening. Me and Richard have gotten in a couple of fights the past couple of days. I didn't record them because they were too short. You have that theme for your ringtone? I love that theme song. I think it's good for shorts. There's so much music to choose from that YouTube offers. I was like going through it the other day. I mean, I don't know anything about the hip hop and the I don't know, hip hop and whatever else, rap and all that. I don't know anything about that. They have a ton of that, but they also have a lot of rock and roll, like older rock and roll. And I mean, they even have Pink Floyd on there. Pink Floyd's my favorite band of all time. But they have a few Pink Floyd songs to choose from, even. I was surprised. You don't usually find that in like playlists. But anyway, I guess Marla, was it Marla that went to a concert the other night? That tune makes you smile. Are you talking about the Benny Hill one? um, someone went. I think it was Marla. Someone went to a concert the other night that was like hard rock, like metal. I think it was Marla. I like metal too. I think we talked about that one night. Hi, Red. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome. With music, you have to worry about copyright. Yes, yes. So that's why anytime I want music, I just go to the YouTube, what they have for a choice, because that way I won't get in trouble. I do not want to get like a copyright strike or anything. I have enough to worry about. Mm. But anyway, yeah, so if any of y'all can come on, let's see. If I'm coming on at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 o'clock Saturday night in the UK. I think it might be way early in Australia, but maybe not. If y'all are 12 hours different in Australia, then yeah, that's still too early. That would be 4 o'clock in the morning. Um, well, okay, so at least you can go on the replay and see what my jewelry looks like, so you'll have an idea. And then next week, when I have my second show, I will try to make it at a time that is good for Australia. Animals? Do you think Pink Floyd's best album with animals? Nah, I like the Division Bell. Most people don't care for that one too much, but every song on there I love. And I used to I used to turn it on and have sex to that album. Like, I can't even count how many times. But I think that's why I liked it so much. It's 6:45 um, p.m. where you are, right, Fiona? Wait, 6:45. Wait. Oh, 9 p.m. is your bedtime? Oh, you have to get up at 3. Okay, well, I'm going to have one more conducive to the UK and Australia the next time. It's 6:30 p.m. in Canberra right now. Wait, how can it be? Wait, 6.5. I'm confused. It's 6:50. Okay, so that must have. Oh, there's a delay, and from when I'm seeing. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 14 hours different, right? 14 hours, you guys. I'm gonna write this down because y'all tell me every time, and I shouldn't have to keep asking. If I have it written down, I can just look over at my cheat sheet note. I have a big piece of glass, and so I just take my Sharpie and write my notes right on the glass. It's wonderful. Okay, so G A, I mean, what am I doing? CANBERRA 6:05, and it's 4:05 here. So 5. My okay, 6:05 p.m. And I know in the UK it's 5 hours. 5 hours. Not earlier. It's 5 hours later. 5 hours ahead. Okay. I won't get it wrong next time. But in Australia, I remember that y'all do have like 4 different time zones. It is 4:08 a.m. on the east coast of the United States. It's 3 a.m. Central Time in the United States. It's 2 a.m. Mountain Time in the United States. And it's 1 a.m. Pacific Coast Time. Yes, it's Friday here also, Friday morning, very early Friday morning. 4:09 Friday morning on the East Coast, Florida, New York. Depends on Perth time or Sydney time. Yes, it does. That's a great idea. Glass better than all my sticky notes. Yes. I love to write on this glass because, I mean, it's so easy to get off too, but it will stay on there as long as I don't put my clay on it. because then my clay ends up with black or red ink on it. Um, yeah, Friday. Yeah, Perth. I think Smoke. They have 4 time zones in Australia, kind of like we have 4 here. I think that's what we decided last time we talked about this. So I still haven't looked at a map. I don't have any clue where any city would be in Australia. I mean, the only thing I know about Australia is I've seen real pretty um, pictures of the coast. I've seen some very hot desert pictures. Um, I watched a film or documentary about a girl who traveled across the outback. Um, did she have camels? I think. Oh, it was such a good movie. It was about a camel lady or something. I don't know. And she had her dog with her that ended up, I think the dog ended up dying. Oh, it was such a good movie. But she went across all by herself and made it. Their seasons are different too. For example, they are going into their winter. Really? Wow, I didn't know that. So a good time to travel there would be when it's winter in the US. Thankfully, UK has one time zone, or you would need more sticky notes to get through the day. That's funny. Yeah. I guess since we grow up with it, it's just such a part of our life, that it's like when you tell how to when you learn how to tell time on a clock with hands, not just numbers, like when you tell how when you learn how to tell time the old fashioned way. I guess that's when you kind of start learning about the different time zones, or I don't know when we actually learn. I think maybe if you have relatives, or if you go on vacation a lot when you're a kid and you change time zones, that's how you would learn. Um, I know when I was a kid, we lived all over, so we were always traveling. And we usually be going to see my grandparents in Texas. So, when we got to Texas, it would always be a different time. And yeah, we get used to it growing up with it. That is hilarious. More sticky notes. Oh goodness. Um, and still a lot of times, like, I have to count on my fingers, like when it's like, okay, in Florida we actually have 2 time zones because the panhandle of Florida is on Central Time, and like halfway across this state, um, the top of the state, I'm not talking about the long part, but halfway across the top part of the state, the time changes from Eastern to Central, which throws a lot of people off because most people think all of Florida is Eastern time zone. And I used to think that until I moved here, and I lived on the Gulf Coast of Florida for 17 years, and it was Central Time. It was the same as Texas time, and it used to throw people off a lot because, like, I think probably 80% of the state is on Eastern Time. Just that little part is on Central. Ayers Rock has a little airport you visited 30 years ago. Wow. Ayers Rock, Australia, you mean? I'm assuming. Well, I just learned that felons cannot travel to Australia. That is so weird to me. I don't know. It just hits me funny. I don't know why, but it does. Like a felon can't go to Australia. I don't know. It's funny. I bet if you were a felon with a lot of money, you could go. What do you want to bet? Yep, I bet you could buy your way in there. I mean, I'm just going on how the world seems to work, you know? Money seems to get you everywhere in this world. I'm gonna light a cigarette, excuse me. Yeah, and they say money can't buy love. Sometimes it can, though. I've seen it buy love. I'm sure y'all have too. Oh, goodness. It shouldn't be able to buy love, but I've seen it. Money works wonders. It really does. And they make you have it. You have to have money to live. Try living without it. Huh. That's no fun. That is no fun. And you know what's really weird is there is so much money in the world that there is no reason that people are going hungry. Really. And in the United States, there's no reason to have a homeless population like we have. There is enough money in this country. If they just spent the money that they are sending to where's the war going on over there by Russia? In my mind, but you know, we're sending money to them every day. Do you know, like, none of the people would be homeless in this country if they spent that money here. That's pretty sickening. It really is. Like, aren't you supposed to help, like, you're supposed to help your family first, or you're supposed to help your friend. You're supposed to help people close to you first, and then let it trickle out. So I don't, yeah, Ukraine, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ukraine, yes. But, I mean, it just blows my mind the amount of money that we send to different countries. Long haul trucking, you get the hang of time zone shift real quick, or you're an hour late or an hour early. Yeah, I guess you would have to learn that pretty quick. But I can imagine, like, really, felons can't go to Canada either? Wow, I didn't know that. Well, aren't they snooty? They come here, and felon Canadians come here. Yes, they do. I didn't know that was about, that's how Canada was too. Wow. So, like I said, you know, they say, you do the crime, do your time. Okay, but once you do your time, you are still penalized the rest of your life for, you know, your crime. It never stops. It never stops. You can't vote. You can't, what else? You can't own a firearm to protect yourself or your family. You can't travel to certain countries. Fiona says it's pretty hard to get away with that. We went hard on Johnny Depp when he and Amber tried to sneak their dogs into Australia. He was made to do a public apology. Money can enhance love. Wait, Fiona, I don't get it. What do you mean? Y'all went pretty hard on Johnny Depp. he a felon? I don't, is he a felon? I don't know. My tooth is really bothering me tonight. I've got to do something about this tooth. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be really, really nice for about a week and talk to him and see if he will let me borrow the money to get my teeth fixed. It's not so bad because I really don't go anywhere, but I want to get it fixed so I can chew correctly and smile again. When I smile with my mouth closed. You know, it's pretty, pretty bad. Um, yeah, that I love Johnny Depp. I really do. He's an artist too. I've seen some of his paintings. They're not half bad. I mean, some of them are kind of weird, but um, he can draw. And Amber Heard, she's something else. I don't keep up with all that. I haven't even heard anything about either one of them since their trial. And I did watch a lot of their trial. That was something. But anyway, let's see, we've been on 41 minutes. I don't even know what else to talk about with y'all, you guys. Mm. I'm like air and like dead air makes me nervous. It really does. I'm looking at my messy desk. You were talking about, oh, money pays to get people in. You mentioned the dogs because he thought that customs wouldn't have. Oh, I see. I see. He thought he could pay his way in to get his dogs in. I see what you're saying. So you don't think like someone very wealthy could go like not out in public, like make arrangements ahead of time with the government there or pay off customs somehow to get in. Uh, Maybe there's a way, maybe like there's a way that felons can go if they're there for some kind of important business or something. Do you know, Fiona, do they have exceptions to that rule? Like where it's legally acceptable? You know what I'm talking about? Like not trying to sneak in or pay somebody off underhandedly, but is there exceptions to that rule that are legal? Might They might have that. It just seems like, from what I've seen in the world, money talks. But that could be an American thing too. I mean, because I have never the only foreign country I've been to is Mexico, and really it's not like going to a foreign country, really. I mean, it is, but it isn't because they're so close and like so many people from Mexico live in the United States, especially the South where I'm from, like Texas, and I lived in Nevada and Florida. There's a lot of people from Mexico, so it's not like you're really going out of the country when you visit Mexico. Not to Americans, I don't think. But yeah, so I don't know how the rest of the world works, but it just seems like Smoke says that foreign insects or diseases can be spread globally. Housefly was our gift to Australia. Oh, wow. Longhorn beetle, courtesy of China. Wow. Hornets, etc. Yeah, yeah. I I understand about like taking plants and food and stuff across, but as far as felon, I don't know. Mr. Depp was lucky they didn't euthanize those pups. Well, I imagine he would have flown back with them rather than letting them take them away from him. I mean, I'm sure he would have not let them be euthanized, right? He's not that mean, is he? I don't think so. If he is, then I have the wrong impression of him. Do you not like him, Smoke? Or you're just saying that he didn't use good judgment, that's for sure. If you're not supposed to take animals in, then I could probably, wouldn't they just put them in a quarantine? London, UK is dripping in gold, but has the most people living on the streets. Something's very wrong. Yeah, isn't that weird? How that happens? It's like there is so much money in the United States, and our homeless population, especially in some cities, is just astronomical and just getting so out of hand. Most semi trucks are inspected entering California. Oh, yeah, fruit and produce. And yes, you're right about that because when I drove from Missouri. I had a house fire in Missouri and moved to California to live with my sister after my house fire. And I drove and I had a rabbit and a chinchilla. And the rabbit was okay to take in, but they weren't sure about the chinchilla. So I was delayed like 2 hours waiting for them to figure out if I could bring my chinchilla into California, which of course I could. It was no problem, but it threw them off. But I know their checkpoints going into California are a big thing. But there's checkpoints going into Texas too, like for fruit and stuff on I-10. Mm-hmm. Pretty hard for people to slip in if arriving in capital city. As far as you're aware, no exception. Wow. If you have a criminal record. Huh. Several stars with high profiles have been denied. Wow, that's interesting to know. Huh, so they are pretty strict on that, or real strict on that. Well, that's good to know. I will not make the mistake of saying that money could probably buy your way into Australia because I stand corrected. I stand corrected for sure. That's interesting to know that they've turned away movie stars because, like a lot of countries would, they'd be so starstruck, but good for Australia for holding to their guns when it comes to famous people. At least they didn't treat them any more special than a regular criminal. Yeah, that's good to know. Um, I saw, um, I don't know her name. I think she goes by Perth Audits, the girl with the long hair that has been talking to someone in Guyana. I think that's how you say it. Africa, Guyana. Um, I haven't I haven't clicked on very. I slept all day, so I'm not in the loop of what's really going on in the SPTV community. But I saw her, I guess, yesterday, and I'm just kind of wondering if she's heard anything back from that man over in Africa. That's kind of interesting that she had such a long conversation with him and gave him so much warning about the Scientologist. I hope that he listens. I imagine it's very hard being in a country like that that's so poor and having money offered to you from a group. It would be hard to turn down, real hard for a lot of people to turn down money they need, like for a school or something like that. But he would be much better off not taking it, that's for sure. So those Scientologists, they will ruin that country too. Yeah, they required dogs, etc., to spend 6 months in quarantine. Doesn't matter if they're only planning to stay for a weekend. Yes, when you go to Hawaii, the Hawaii is part of the United States, but you cannot, your dog has to go in quarantine for, I think it's a month. I'm pretty sure it's a month that they put your animal in quarantine over just going from the contiguous states over to Hawaii. So, yeah, we know about quarantine. A lot of people give their dog like a sleeping pill for the plane ride and put it in like a carry-on bag and sneak their pets in. I mean, I know personally of someone that's done that and it's worked. I've never tried it, but um, yeah, it'd be different going to a different country trying that. You have a lot of distant cousins in Australia, descended from British criminals sent to Australia. That's why it seems funny now. I guess they were hard work to control. Yeah, they used to send, um, Great Britain used to send their criminals to Australia. I remember something about that. Maybe I saw a movie about. I think I did. I did see a movie about it, and it was such a good movie. I don't remember the name of it, and it wasn't too long ago that I watched it. I'm terrible on remembering movie names. I'm not a movie person at all because it's so hard to find a good movie, in my opinion. That's why I don't try to watch them very often, but every once in a while I run across a good one. This one was good. It was about a young family, and they were on a boat. They were criminals getting moved to, I think. Sorry, my hair's a fan's blowing my hair. Fans blowing my hair into my mouth. Anyway, they escaped on this little dinghy boat, and they ended up being rescued, and they lied about who they were, and they were treated like royalty, but then they found out that they were just common criminals, and they got away again. But what did the husband ended up dying, the kids ended up dying from exposure. Oh, it ended terrible. Oh, and then once the woman got taken back to Great Britain, I think they beheaded her or something. Anyway, it was a good movie, but now that I think about how it ended, it was kind of tragic. You've got, already read that. But yeah, that was a long time ago, I guess, when they were sending criminals there. I'm interested in like the Aborigines people. Like they supposedly know a lot of things, like alien things, like space things, don't they? I watched another movie about our astronauts, and I think it's called The Right Stuff, or I don't remember, but it was so good. And it showed one of our astronauts circling the Earth, like, forget how many times. he was up there by himself in this little capsule circling the earth, maybe, I don't know, 5 times or more, maybe 10 times, 13 times. Anyway, he would be above Australia, and all these weird, funny little lights would be outside of his windows, and like sparkling, and he couldn't figure out what it was. And he tried to describe it to the people back on Earth, and they thought he was seeing things. And but then it showed the Aborigines, like they would have these huge fires built, and all of the embers from the wood would float up. I don't know, it's really weird, but it made me wonder about these Aborigines people, and what do they know. I think they know some things. That's what Amber did, but the hotel reported them. Oh, she snuck them in and got reported. Australia won't let you have medical weed. You can't bring it here even if you have a permit. Yeah, well, that's understandable. They'll get caught up with the times one of these days. You were settled by convicts. That's interesting, huh? That is very interesting. I wonder if that is the reason they're so strict about it. Huh. I guess it's been that way for a long time then. Hmm. Funny. So you can't even bring medical marijuana in there. Well, I think there's some places still in the United States where you can get in trouble for it. I'm not sure exactly where, but I would bet that there are still some small towns somewhere in these United States, maybe in Louisiana, because they're usually real hard on stuff like that. Maybe some small town in Texas would be against weed. I mean, I could be wrong. It might be legal everywhere, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Smoker, you still here? Do you know if weed is legal everywhere? It seems to me like there's still some straggler states out there that are always the last to jump on the bandwagon about stuff like that. Um, like the southern states, they're always strict on stuff. Texas, Florida, they have the harshest sentencing laws, I think. Um, when they sentence our criminals, especially Texas, but Florida too. Florida too, and I'm proof. I got 3 years for something I actually did not do, and most people. I was involved a little bit, but just like I didn't actually do the crime. I knew about it. I sure did. But yeah, we have the most criminals in in our country than more than any other country. Do you know there's still people in prison that got caught with pot years ago, and like an ounce or even less, they would get 20 years for having an ounce of pot years ago. It's crazy. You can get it in some places there, but lots of paperwork, red tape, time wasting, and expensive to get. Wow. You're talking about medical marijuana? How about illegal marijuana over there? Is it easy to get? I mean, when it was illegal here, it was so easy to get and not that expensive. And being legalized has not made the prices go down at all, which everybody thought the prices would go way down. I don't think it did. You could be sent to Australia just for stealing food from a field to feed your starving children. Harsh times back then, not necessarily bad people. Yes. Yeah, they had some of the laws were horrible back then. All I know is, what I've seen from the movies. And I sure wouldn't want to live in the UK back then because good luck if you're poor. That female basketball player was arrested leaving Russia and was arrested and put in prison. I don't watch the news, so I don't remember that. Yeah, if you know people, you can get it. Um, was she arrested for pot smoke? The basketball player? Oh yeah, you don't want to get caught in Russia with any of that stuff. That's for sure. Oh my gosh. Have you seen how they keep their prisoners? Oh my gosh. It is horrible. They don't even let their prisoners walk straight up. Like they have to be bent over at the waist and walk around like that. Russia's no joke. No joke at all. So, you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's been a little over an hour, and I have to get back to work to set up for my jewelry show because I don't want to be rushing around at the last minute like I usually am. I always tend to I'm a procrastinator, a bad procrastinator, and it drives him crazy. He does not understand procrastination. And I don't blame him, really. It would be better if I got things done in a timely manner, but I don't. So I'm going to try to have things organized before I go on live Saturday trying to show my jewelry because I'm going to be nervous enough showing it. But I started to set it up, so I'm just going to get a little bit more done before I go rest. And if I get a little bit more done today, then when I wake up, all I have to do is finish, for the next, because it's already Friday. The show's tomorrow afternoon, actually. So that will come around fast. Thanks for the lovely chat. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad you were here. I appreciate you. Let's see. Feds are dropping it to Schedule 3 drug. Yeah, in a few months. Oh, wow. The feds are. That's good to know. That will allow states or counties to sell or not sell, kind of like alcohol, and dry counties. Aha! Can't fly anywhere with it because air travel is federal. Oh. Well, I fly with whatever, or I have flown with whatever, so I don't pay any attention to that. Yeah, but I'm not a pot smoker either. I wish I liked it. I really do. I think it could help me with like some of my pain issues, but I mean, I've tried it for pain. It doesn't work for my pain, but I always thought if I could become a pot smoker, I wouldn't be so excitable or so have such anxiety sometimes. She got caught with vape. Oh, wow, that's terrible. With a little old vape thing, and she got put in prison. Did she have to stay long smoke? Or golly, that's just terrible. I can't imagine, like, but if I traveled to a foreign country, to tell you the truth, I would not take drugs. I just wouldn't take that chance. And I'm a chance taking bitch. I really do take chances a lot. But as far as the thought of being in prison in another country scares me enough to where I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't take it. No way. There's no way I would take it, especially like a place like Russia or Korea or China. No, 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 no. Okay, yes, you too, Smoke. Maybe I'll see y'all tomorrow night. I'm planning on coming on tomorrow night too. So thank all 6 of you for being here. I appreciate you more than you know. And I'll see you on the flip side. Bye now.